Welcome, Aries, to our new moon tarot reading. I waited purposely until today to get that perfect vibration to do your reading. So I've already shuffled our deck. I've already prayed and meditated. I have some of my beautiful things here with me, and I'm ready to start your reading. And your first card is the Four of Pentacles. Oh, the Lovers. Do we have a Capricorn and possibly a Gemini? Okay, and the Four of Swords in reverse. I'm not sure if you can see these cards well enough yet. Let me move it just a little closer. This is my Rider-Waite deck, my oldest deck, and I'll be confirming this with my new Tattoo Tarot deck. And we've got the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Oh, and we have the Six of Rods as well. So let's take a look and see. The Four of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm trying to do this in the light of the new moon. The Four of Pentacles says you've been holding on to something, holding on for all you can. You know, possibly a relationship, a job, a home, whatever. It's something financial, and you've been holding it quite well. Your second card is the Lovers. Oh yes, I love this card. This is the sign of Gemini, but it's also the sign of a harmonious relationship, a reunion, a loving relationship. So, you're holding on to a loving relationship, but things are just not always as easy as they seem. This is the Four of Swords, or Five of Swords, and five usually means you're working through it. This has been going on for a little while. In reverse tells me that, you know, maybe things are not working the way we always hoped they would. Okay? As you see the swords, he's picked up a couple of them. He has them over his shoulder. He's in a non-defensive position. But there's also swords still laying on the ground and people turning their back. So it may be the safety and security that that a person needs is not actually available to you yet. Maybe you're not feeling comfortable in that relationship or that job quite yet. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is the sign of Sagittarius. Okay? He's riding in on his horse, you know, but he's facing your past. So maybe you have someone from your past wanting to re-enter your life. You know, he looks like he's coming in at a great speed. It looks like he's ready, not ready for battle, but maybe ready to face whatever needed to be faced in the past that wasn't faced before. Then we have the Queen of Swords. You know, now she's a beautiful card, and she's the card of Libra. But, you know, if you look, she's facing your future. So maybe if he's coming in from your past, maybe he is part of your future, you know. And then we've got the Six of Wands, which usually means a victory, happiness, a happy home, but in reverse. And it presents itself right under the Five of Swords. You know, maybe it's saying it's going to take a little while for that conflict to work out. So, you know, there's some important messages here. There's a little bit of, you know, things going on, which is normal in most lives. You know, so don't let it get you down. So I'm going to do some, okay, oh, and here we go. I was going to move that deck when Temperance jumped out. Now, Temperance is basically a card that tells me, give it time. Let things happen naturally. Let them happen at a pace that they need to happen. So I like that Temperance showed up. Okay, so now I'm going to do some confirmations with our Tattoo Tarot deck. Let me move these just a little bit so we have time to put out, so we have some space to put out the new cards. And you know, I'm back in my winter home. I'm looking at an approaching hurricane, but you know, the new moon power has just gotten to me. So your very first card on the Tattoo Tarot deck is the Nine of Clubs, or Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups presenting on the Four of Pentacles. So that's saying that your hard work or all your savings is about to come to an end. Things maybe are going to get financially better for you, but also cups are the sign of water, but they're also the sign of love. So maybe that love is going to get better for you. Maybe those problems are going to resolve themselves. Oh, and there we go. On top of the Lovers is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords usually means you have to make a decision. Okay, did you decide to take the lover that you're currently with, that you may be having a few problems, or do you take this lover that's quickly approaching? Only you know that answer. Oh, and next is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is actually the card of Virgo. Okay, so maybe you're involved in a Virgo, but, you know, in its reverse state, I'm really not thinking it involves a Virgo. I'm thinking it's meaning more like spend some time alone. And since this card is looking into your future, because it's on this side, maybe you need to think before you act, before you move. You know, like Temperance said, give it some time. So I'm really liking this reading right now because I think it's giving us everything that we need. Oh, and the Nine of Wands. Now, that, like I said, nines are almost a completion of the cycle. And wands are your fire signs. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So you may be involved. This Knight of Wands, and since the Nine of Wands presented itself on the Knight of Wands, this may be a Sagittarius or another fire sign, okay? But they're coming in fast, and the interesting part is the Nine of Wands fell on top of the Nine of Cups, which is confirmation. Give it time. You're at the end of a cycle. Temperance reminds us that we need time. Oh, and there we go. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands presenting on the Queen of Swords. Ten of Wands says there's a new beginning coming. Queen of Swords facing in your future position says there's a new beginning in the future. How you handle that is by your choice. And then we've got the Strength card, which is the sign of Leo. You know, Leo is a very dominant, it's a fire sign. And so many of these are fire sign cards. So I'm just saying, Aries, you're on fire. Aries is a wand. Aries is a fire sign. And so I'm happy to see so many of these fire signs show up. That's confirmation of what's going on. So let's just take a look overall on the cards again. We've got the Four of Pentacles covered by the Nine of Cups. These are some beautiful cards with a great message. Then we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini, or it could stand for a relationship. But it's covered by the Two of Swords, which tells us you need to decide. And then we've got these two cards in the reverse position. We've got the Five of Swords, which says, you know, things are slowly moving. You know, by him holding up his sword, he's ready to move off into the new direction. And the Hermit says, you know, take some time, examine your thoughts, and think about your actions. Temperance, which showed up, told us it's going to take some time. And then we had the Knight of Wands presenting with the Nine of Wands. You know, these are all powerful cards. They're all within your sign. And the Nine of Wands says it's almost over. You know, so maybe this person who's coming in, you know, it doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a good friend, a nice coworker, somebody that you can really relate to is coming in. And then that Ten of Wands presenting on the Queen of Swords. Sorry about my shaking. The Queen of Swords, you know, she's an air sign. She cuts through even the hardest. Now, to me, the Queen of Swords is a beautiful woman. She's wanting to do everything. She's Libra, she's balanced, she's working it out, and she's looking directly in your future. And the Ten of Wands tells us that you're at the completion of your cycle and ready for a new start. So, we also have the Six of Wands in reverse. There's another wand and another fire sign, and that's within you. And it's saying, you know, to complete that victory, it's going to take some strength, you know. So this is a beautiful reading. These are some beautiful cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like, subscribe, and share. I hope you tune in. I hope this new moon reading finds you and that you resonate and that you leave a comment, because I can only be doing better. Have a great day. Love to all, Gemini.